Hey guys, welcome back to the Tabletop Talk. I wanted to talk about the Hellcat Pro with the threaded barrel and the compensator and the red dot that came with it. Give you some positives and negatives that I think about this gun. This does make a great carry gun for somebody with small hands and somebody that wants to deeply conceal something and make it hard for people to see that you're carrying a firearm, or it makes it easy for you not to print your weapon. And this gun is very great for that. That's one of its pros. Its trigger is not, to me, is not as good as some of the other Springfield products. And even with this Apex trigger I put in it with the spring kit, it still pulls around 5 pounds. And it's smooth, but it's kind of got a lot of take up. It's got a little bit of over travel, and the reset is not great. It's a little bit longer than I would say a Glock or a CZ, and so the trigger I wouldn't give the best marks to, but I think it's okay, it's adequate, it's decent, it's better than a lot of guns, but it's still not quite as good as a lot of the guns I have in my collection. So that's one thing I dislike about it. The texture is really good, the grip texture is really good. I do love the comp, even though this particular comp is not super effective. I still really do like the comp, even though it's not the most effective comp on the market. It does its job fairly well, but as you can see, you press that button in and there's no screws or anything to take off. You just press the button in and unscrew it to take it off, and you can put suppressor or whatever on this gun, and it works really well for suppressor ready weapon. But I don't see the point in putting a suppressor on a 3-inch barrel gun, a little bit more than 3 inches with the threaded barrel. And that's another thing too, I don't know why they made this built-on comp that's extremely tiny. You can see how small that hole is to release gas. It just doesn't have much room for the gases to kind of be trapped. And if you look at that too, it's another negative. See how far the barrel comes out before the threads come out? They could have integrated this threads back a little further and actually shrunk up this comp and maybe made the compensated section of the comp larger, and the gun would have controlled a lot better. Because this comp right here, even though it's nice and it's very intuitive in the way it's designed, it only reduces recoil by maybe 5 to 10%, which I think is kind of poor for a comp of this size. I mean, that's kind of not very great performance. It definitely does help tame the Hellcat, because everybody that shot it without it, you know it's snappy, fairly snappy. Any gun of this weight and size is kind of snappy. It does have your night sights. I will say one of the negatives I don't like, I don't really care for the safety. This one only came in a safety when I bought this, or they only had it in stock as a safety, and so I had to kind of do that. I don't hate it, but I don't really like it. I prefer it without a safety. Also, this Hex Dragonfly red dot, I do not like. The refresh rate is really slow, so when you're moving target to target, you can see the dot blinking. It's just not a smooth, crisp dot when you're moving around real quick, but it's adequate and it works fine for accuracy shooting, or even quick shooting if you can kind of ignore and look past it. It's just not as comfortable to use, and I'm just not quite as confident in it as I am most of my other red dots from Holosun and manufacturers such as that. But anyway, it's a really neat gun. I wanted to show you guys, and hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any comments about this gun, leave them below. Thank you, and God bless.